Get in here, get in here, get in here. We're getting ready to go live with the workout, Dr. Tanisha Guy and I, and we're going to have Motivational Monday, right?
Every day is a motivational
Every
day.
day is a motivational Monday. You're exactly right. So we're going to have a chit chat and a workout. We're just going to show you some things that we're going to do that you can do at home or you can do at your gym. So just come on in here and let's get this workout in. I'm waiting for Dr. Guy to set up all of her electronics.
I got to make sure.
Yeah, she's got to make sure. So one thing I want you to do is grab a towel, grab a bottle of water. Thank you guys for getting on, for joining us today. So get ready for a chit chat and a workout.
Hey, Coleman Love, how's it going, Sora? All right, so we're going to be live on a couple platforms. So we're live on Facebook. What's up? We're live on Twitch, and we're live on
TikTok?
YouTube, and I'm about to go live on TikTok. So we're gonna be live in a few places.
Yes. Awesome.
Hey.
She's feeling it. She's feeling it.
Hey, you guys. So I am here. For those of you that don't know me over here in this TikTok land, because I'm a newbie in TikTok. Oh, can you hear me? Can you guys hear us? Hey, Latasha, can you hear us? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear us. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear us, because we be talking and people be like, I can't hear. So 1 in the chat if you can hear us. Thank you. Hey, TikTok folks. So again, I'm new to this whole TikTok. And so I decided to take you guys with me this afternoon to the gym with my trainer. Now, normally I work at home in my gym because she worked me too hard when I actually come to her gym. But today I decided to actually come into the gym and work out with her. So I decided to bring you guys with me on this workout. And I also want to talk about some mindset stuff, because I know for me, the biggest struggle with working out isn't knowing what to do. It's getting my mind right so that I can get prepared to work out. So as we're working out, we're going to be talking about some mindset tools that you can use to kind of help get you motivated to get started on your weight loss journey. If you're on a journey like I am, I've been on this journey for a couple years now with Shonda Amie, and she is fantastic. So we're going to talk about mindset, because at the end of the day, if our mindset isn't focused on our goals, then it's really going to be hard to accomplish those. So if you guys are okay with hanging out with us for a little bit, we're going to get into a little bit of a workout. Now, you want to tell them about the workout, Shonda?
Well, hi, everyone. Today we're going to do, my name is Shonda Amie, the owner, CEO of Restorative Fitness. And so today what we're going to talk about, and we're going to show you how to change the mindset. So what we're going to do, we're going to do some moves that you can do at home. And everybody wants the glute and they want the core, right? So in order to do that, and we're also going to talk about how to get those, how to achieve those goals in the kitchen at a later date. So we're going to just give you some moves that you can do at home, and you don't have to be in a gym such as this. You do not have to be in a gym.
No, because I work out from home.
I don't work out from home. Absolutely.
At the gym.
So I say all the time, it's not where you at. It's not where you are. It's what you do when you're there. So once I change the mindset, everything else follows, right? So we're going to do a few moves that you can do at home or you can do at your gym. So what we're going to do for beginners, and we're going to do moderate. So just whichever class you're in, that's the move you do. Okay. So
and help us out. For you guys, I have a lot of challenges when it comes to doing different workouts. Like I have 40+ year old knees, right? And so I feel it in my workout. So that is very much a challenge for me. So whatever challenges that you guys might have, put them in the chat. Like, are there
Yes.
challenges that are preventing you from working out? If you have those, put them in the chat. And we're going to talk a little bit more about, again, what are those challenges and how do you overcome those challenges, especially if they're related to the mindset. So I got to put my gloves on because when you work out, and I wasn't working out consistently, had been some years, but when I started working out consistently, I started getting what calluses like on my
Yes,
inside of my
absolutely,
hand
from lifting.
And so now I'm very aware that I need to put my gloves on to protect my hand. So for those of you that do lift weights or you're planning on lifting weights, make sure you get gloves because I had to learn the hard way.
Absolutely. And let me say this, you may want to consult your physician if you have any underlying illnesses or any disabilities. That's just a disclaimer. So once we start moving and grooving, just try to follow along. And if, like Tanisha said, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat so we can answer them to the best of our ability.
Again, TikTok folks, I'm new to this platform, so come on in, join us for this afternoon workout. All right, let's get started.
First thing we want to do, we want to make sure we have a great stretch and make sure your body is warmed up. The body does not react to a cold body. So
I forgot. So in case you all are wondering, for those of you that do like trainers,
oh yes,
the trainer that I'm actually wearing is my trainer's trainer.
Yes, yes.
So like, definitely want to plug this because this joker is beast. So and she has multiple kind, just in case folks want to know.
Absolutely. So what we'll do, we'll put the link and you can go visit the website and we have 5 different models. We also carry the fajas, our belly cream. So let me tell you, this is not a quick fix. There are enhancements to help you reach your goals. With the waist trainer, you see Tanisha in. It compresses the core as she's working out. So the core is always supposed to be engaged at all times. So if my core isn't strong enough, I'm not going to be able to keep it engaged. So that's why she wears her waist trainer.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Mama.
Hi, sit down. There's my girl. There's my girl. Let's go. Let's start with the arm circles. And make sure while you're doing this, make sure to engage your core. Even if it releases, pull it back in. We want to keep a tight core. We're going to do this for I'm going to say 15 circles. And you're going to make full windmills. You're not going to go here. We're going to warm up that entire upper body, right? And so we're going to keep going. And it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep them up and reverse. Reverse the opposite way, right? So as Tanisha is working out, I'm going to check all these electronics that's up to make sure that if there are any questions, we can try to answer your questions as we go. Come on, you feel it. Let's go. Yes, and keep going. Remember to keep going, Tanisha. Keep that core pulled back. Keep it pulled back. If you keep it pulled back, it'll go back. If I push it out, it'll go out. So that's what we want to do. And stop. So you're going to stand there. And like I said, if you have any disabilities, make sure. Now, Tanisha's going to show you a moderate move, and I'm going to show you a beginner. So you don't have to do the jumping jacks, but we're going to tell our upper body that we're doing jumping jacks. So we're just going to take the hands over the head. And Tanisha's going to go here at a different tempo. And I'm just raise the hands to the sky and breathe. Don't forget to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So Tanisha's doing moderate. I'm doing beginner. So we're not on the same pace, the same tempo. Great job, guys. Great job. And breathe. Let's go. 5 more. 5. Squeeze that core. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back. Good job. Good job. So our next move we're going to open up that hip. So if Tanisha's going to do moderate, and I'm gonna do a beginner.
Why I keep doing moderate? How about you do the beginner? I mean, I do the beginner, you do the moderate.
Okay, I'll do the moderate. So Tanisha is going to take the legs out. We're gonna open up that hip flexor. She's gonna go out and in. I'm gonna do moderate advance. I'm gonna go up and over. And this is called hurdles. Squeeze that glute in the process and keep that core engaged at all times. Great job, guys. Keep going, Tanisha. Keep going. Beautiful. I'm going to check and see. Okay, good deal. Hi, guys. We're doing a morning workout. So, and the opposite leg. So, remember the core. And I'm going to keep reminding you because we forget, and there's always one side that's more dominant than the other. Okay, keep going. Great job. Get that leg out there, T. Beautiful. Up and over. Good. And stop. Okay, good job, good job, good job. So I'm trying to get up an exertion with you guys. So now we're going to do, I'm going to do a moderate. I'm just going to aim for my toe and pull out that hamstring. I'm going to do an advanced move. I'm going to take my hands behind my legs. And I'm just going to press. Hold it. Hold it. And bring it up. Stretch the core. And back down. And so I'm going to turn sideways so you can see where my hands are positioned. They're behind my leg or my hamstring, whichever. Keeping the feet pressed in the ground, like you're pushing through the ground. Good. Up. Beautiful. Stretch, stretch. Back down. And squeeze that core. Up. And down. Remember, if you have any questions, be sure to put them in the caption. Be sure to put them in the caption. Hi, Kayla. Breathe. Good deal. And stop. So we're going to run through our workout because I know you guys' time is important. But I know I often hear women talk about their glute. You glute, T? There you go. And the core. So we're going to give some moves today that's going to show how to grow your glute and how to shrink your core. So if you have water bottles, she's going to grab a weight, a 5, watch your toe. And so what we're going to do today, we're going to have, she has a dumbbell, I have a water bottle. Guys, these are so effective when you're working out from home. I'm telling you, you can drink it and you can use it for a weight. And so what we're going to do with this one, we're going to go out, stretch our arms out. Make sure you engage that tricep. Make sure you engage that bicep. Squeezing the core, and you're just going to, and let me show you something. Tanisha is going to do a beginner, so she's just going to take the bottle to the top of her kneecap. I'm going to take the bottle over my kneecap, and this is for my core. Squeezing it, bringing the arms up, contracting the arms. Good job. Good job. Yes, and so make sure you don't forget to press your legs, your foot in the ground for the stability. So we're going to do this. And go at your own pace because we're moving a little fast today. Good. Keep going. Make sure, don't forget, I'm going to keep reminding you to squeeze the core. Squeeze it, stretch it. Squeeze, stretch. Come on, you can do it. Push through. Push. Great job, guys. Keep going, T. So I know that it sometimes feels challenging when you're doing one move after the other. So make sure, you see what I'm saying? And so make sure you just step back and take a breather. So that's what we're going to do to let you all catch your breath, right? And then we'll move to another one, another move that you can do at home, right? Like these are very effective exercises. I'm telling you, as long as the body is moving, then you're taking the signal to the brain to react, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be challenging a little bit, right? So our next move, are you guys on board with this? Yes. Awesome.
Hey, you guys, thanks for tuning in this morning, afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in from. We're just doing a quick workout. We're going to talk about some whole mindset, some workout things that you can do when you're at home. Because as I stated before, I normally don't come to the gym. I normally work out from home during the weekdays with Shonda, but today I'm in the gym, so I decided to bring you guys along with me.
Yes. So the next thing we're going to do now, I'm going to show you a beginner move. Tanisha's going to show you an advanced move. I don't know if you can see her once she does this move on the floor. We're going to do, they're called kickbacks, and that's for the upper part of the glute, the maximus. So we're going to do kickbacks, and now say for instance, grab a chair. Chairs are so effective for working out for beginners. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my hip out. Tanisha is on all fours, and she's going to take a strong leg, and she's just going to go straight back to yes, take it up, but down, bring it to, yes. Now she's going to bring her knee to her core to engage the core. There you go. Now back up, a little softer leg. There you go. Now take it back. There you go. And so that's for her glute. That everybody calls it a shelf. That's for the top of the glute, right? And so if you have a chair at home, remember to engage the core. I know you guys tired of me saying that, but it works. So Tanisha is doing kickbacks on the floor. I'm acting as if this is a chair here. And I'm just going to take my leg back, kick back, and make sure you squeeze the glute. Bring the foot right on the side of the other foot that you're standing on, okay? Just 10 each side, T. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Take it back. Back in. Take it back. So make sure you're concentrating on the muscle that you're working. So if you're working your glute, concentrate on the glute. You're working your core, concentrate on the core. It's all about the mindset. Wherever I take my mind, the body will follow. Good stuff. Squeeze, straight body. Breathe. Great form. You see her glute. She's giving a strong kick back. Breathe. Breathe. 2 more. 1 more. Great job, T. And done. Good job. Take a break. And so you want to repeat these rounds. If you're a beginner, at least twice. If you're in advance, let's try to go at least 3 rounds of let's say 10 reps and 3 rounds. So I'm going to repeat everything I'm doing at least 3 times. And once I complete, now don't forget to take advantage of your rest. Take advantage of your rest. So good deal. So remember, we're still using the chair. Tanisha is going to use her body weight. So we're going to just do stand-up squats, and that's for the legs and the glute, right? So if I have a chair here, I'm just going to sit and up. Your range of motion may not be all the way down there yet. So that's where she is today. So, and she mentioned to you that she has, what do you call your knees?
I got 40-year-old knees all day long. These knees is my challenge.
So do you want to do the chair, or do you want?
I'll do my squats.
She'll do her squats. And she's gotten so much stronger. And so that's the whole idea of it. If I continuously move my body and exercise, my body will get stronger and it will react to what I'm doing, okay? So here's my chair. Grab your chair. And we're going to do just basic squats. Remember to push up with the feet. And so my knees always try to roll in. I want to push them back out, right? So they try to go in. That's from wearing heels for a long time. And so I just try to remember to let my knees roll. Okay? Let's go. 10. You ready?
Yes.
So, and sometimes, let me give you this little secret. I love to hold my arms out. That's what's going to contract my core. So if I'm here, 1. Now, this isn't a squat. You're passing the hip. So I'm just going to go down and up, down and up. Okay, so let's just start with 5 today. Just 5 squats. Beautiful, beautiful. See, her knees are rolling. She's going low. Go down a little slower. Explosive up. Awesome. 3. Come on, catch up with her. 4. 5. You got another one in you? Good stuff. 6. Beautiful. 7. 8. Remember the ones in the chair. 9. Done. Awesome. So, those were good.
You know, when I started doing squats, I don't know what it's called, retracting glute.
Right.
So what is that? Because there may be some people that do squats, but they don't retract. And apparently the key is to retract.
Yes. And so sometimes if I retract, I love that question. Good question. So when I'm down and I'm coming up, I'm squeezing the glute. I'm not going here that way. And if I do that, I'm passing the glute and I'm working another muscle, right? So what I want to do, if I'm in a chair, I'm still going to give the same contraction, right? And I'm just going to, almost gave you too much, right? That would have been funny. Okay, so I'm just going to go down, and this is where I'm going to squeeze. I'm going to squeeze right in the center of my lower glute, in the middle. So it's not right there. That's it. Do it again. Beautiful. Good. She has control. Her arms are tight. Take them a little higher. The arms for the entire abdominal. Good. So that's a squat. That's a perfect squat. Her knees are rolling. Her glute is aimed towards the ground. So those are some good things that you can do to maintain your goal, right? So after you do your workout, make sure you hydrate. Lots and lots of water. That's what's going to help you get through your workout. Make sure you're eating on a regular basis, eating clean to the best of your ability. So once I do that, I'm just going to stretch my arms. Good. And I'm going to breathe. The other side. No, you're not going to mash them in. You're just going to press. Just press them. Good. With my squats, I want to open up my quads. So if it's hard for you to do, if you have any underlying illnesses, you're just going to take it here, hold on to something. But if not, you're going to go right here, right there. Pull back, and you're going to try to, yeah, we're having trouble this morning, but that's okay. We'll get it. And you're going to open up those quads. The day after your workout, if you continue to do your workouts in the morning, you're going to feel tight the next day. I suggest 10 minutes of stretching will help you get through the next day and help with your recovery, right? So those are a few things that they can do at home, T.
Thank you, Shonda.
Yes.
Okay, so, that was a little difficult on that pull. All right, so you guys, today is Monday, and if you're following me, you know that I always do Monday Mindset, where we talk about all things related to the mind. And so today is no different. I want to talk about the mindset and how it impacts our ability to work out, or the reason why we're not working out. And so Shonda and I have been, for the last couple of weeks, talking about how do you get healthier and what does that look like? And so I think oftentimes when we think about health, we focus on the physical health, which, don't get me wrong, we should be, but we don't talk about the psychological health and our mental health. And those are also aspects of our health. And so this afternoon, we want to talk about how do we combine those two?
Right.
How do we make sure not only that we're taking care of our body, but we're taking care of our mind? And what does that look like? So, for example, as a therapist, I work with clients who deal with all sorts of issues, from anxiety, depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, you name it, it's in the DSM. I've probably had a client who has struggled with that particular issue. But what I keep coming across time and time again are individuals who are trying to embark on this weight loss journey and they're stuck, or they'll do really well and then they'll yo-yo back for some particular reason. And they're like, I don't understand. I kind of know what to eat. I know how to eat. I can do this workout. Why am I still struggling on this weight loss journey? And so through continuous talk, I find out that the reason why you're not reaching those weight loss goals, whatever it is that you have, isn't because you don't know how to work out. It's not because you don't know what to eat. It's much deeper than that. There's some layers to those issues. Like, we talk about psychological stress and psychological trauma, and so many of us deal with psychological trauma and we have no idea, but it is showing up in our everyday life. For example, this is a psychological trauma that many of us deal with, and that's emotional eating. Food becomes a comfort. Whether you had a great day, you're like, oh, I want to celebrate, so we're going to go out and eat. If you had a really bad day and you feel crappy, oh, I want to eat. And so food becomes that emotional comfort that we connect to. And for many of us, we learned this very early on in life for many different reasons. So one of the things that I found out, especially when we talk about women who have dealt with trauma, is that when you've had an event that was traumatic, you feel like you're powerless and you have no control. But somehow you find that food becomes your comfort, and what you can do is you can control your food. You can control if you eat a whole lot of food, or you can control if you restrict your intake and you don't eat food at all. But the reality is you're dealing with a psychological trauma that was undealt with, but now it is showing up in your eating habits. So it doesn't matter how hard you work out. It doesn't matter you know what foods to eat. Until you're able to deal with that psychological trauma, you're going to continue to engage in emotional eating. And I know I'm guilty of emotional eating, baby.
Yes, and I call that relationship with food.
It is a relationship.
It's a relationship,
but
with
the
food
reality
that you're
is,
loyal to.
And it mirrors the relationships that we have in our lives. For example, if you are in an unhealthy and toxic relationship, 9 times out of 10, you might have an unhealthy and toxic relationship with your food.
Yes.
Like, the two really do correlate, right? When you have these unhealthy relationships, they mirror everything in every aspect of your life.
Yes.
So when we talk about really trying to figure out how to stay on a weight loss journey, how to reach your goals, it's not just about working out in the gym. It's not just about eating right. You got to get your mind right. You got to talk about some stuff that you ain't never wanted to talk about. And if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. You can go get treatment like EMDR, and it helps you deal with those traumatic events. But if you really want to get the results that you say you want, and you want to be consistent in it, you got to start talking about some stuff. You got to start healing some wounds. You got to start opening up that stuff that you ain't never opened up because you're afraid if you open it up, you're not going to know what to do with it. Them the things that I'm talking about that is truly related to our ability to be healthier.
Absolutely.
Physically, psychologically, spiritually. Y'all, they're not disconnected. But for some reason, we disconnect ourselves from ourselves.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm going to focus on this over here. I'm going to get my physical together. But you over here crying yourself to sleep every night. So you think that physical won't get together without you dealing with that psychological stuff? The two just don't connect. So when we talk about mindset, at the end of the day, it really all connects to, how are you thinking? What are you thinking? Are your thoughts rational? Are they irrational? And hey, TikTok land, I see you chiming in. Continue to come in. We're talking about our midday afternoon workout and chit chat. How do you focus on your mindset so that you can show up physically, emotionally, psychologically, a better version of yourself? So again, as I stated, normally I work out at home with Shonda, but today I decided to come into the gym and to bring you guys with me to the gym. And so she's being so nice, what you guys just saw, but that's not like really her in action. Like when we work out, we not friends. I don't
No.
even like her when we work out. But what I do understand is that I need her.
Yes.
Because if I did not have her, you guys, I'm not going to do it on my own. And so the reality is, her as a trainer and me as a therapist, we share a lot of similarities.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, I understand that in order for me to get the results that I needed to go to an expert.
Yes.
I needed to go to someone that tells me technique, that shows me how should I maneuver something. Look here, at home, I got equipment I was using. I was like, oh, this is real easy. Shonda will say, move your arm, arch your back, bend your knees. And all of a sudden, what I thought was easy is no longer easy.
Challenging.
It became a challenge. But the reason why it was easy, because I wasn't doing it right.
Come on.
I needed her to teach me how to do it right. As a therapist, my clients are trying to figure out how to do life in a better way, but they're not doing it. The results are not the results that they want. And so the reality is, they come see me. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know how your life should be, but I know how it should not be. I don't know what perfect is, because perfect doesn't exist, but I do know what healthier is. And so I walk my clients through the process of getting healthier. I allow them to have a safe space with me, so that, like Shonda does with me, I can say, arch your back, bend your knees, lean forward. This is what's going to give you the results that you want to get, but it's on the psychological side. Like, I know people still don't understand what therapy is, right? They think we sit in a room and listen to people and give advice. No, none of that is the truth.
It takes work.
I don't give advice. I do more than listen. And as somebody who is a serial client, who has been to therapy, continues to go to therapy, has her own therapist, I understand the need. Yes. I understand how it helps me see blind spots. I think everybody can relate to a blind spot. You in your car, you trying to cut over to the next lane, but you cut too soon because you couldn't see that car that was in your blind spot. But because maybe you got a car with a sensor on it, it stopped you. Or maybe the car behind you blew the horn. See, we get those alerts that say there is something in your blind spot that is telling you don't go forward. That is what therapy is. When you go to therapy, your therapist is like, I see them blind spots. Don't go there. Don't cross that. That's probably not a good direction for you, because if you do, there's danger there. But see, you can't see it because it is in your blind spot. So when you're trying to figure out, really, should I go talk to a therapist? Should I waste my money? Should I waste my time? Do you need help with your blind spots? Yeah. Because I do.
I do.
I see my trainer because I got blind spots. Yeah. I see a therapist because I have blind spots. Yes. So when we talk about how do we show up as better versions of ourselves, sometimes we got to get out of our own head. Yeah. Because if we knew how to figure it out, we would have figured it out years ago.
Long time ago, absolutely.
But baby, we over here running around like a hamster on a wheel in our own head trying to figure out, I think I should do this. I think maybe I should. And we still don't have it right yet.
We have to have someone who can navigate us through it. And so that's going to take, it's not just the physical, it's not just the mental. You have to put the two together. And when you put the two together, something clicks. But if I'm just working on one side of it, and like you were talking about, the blind spots, I'm going to keep running into them until I get something that's going to take off the blinders and let me get to those deep-rooted issues that's blocking me from reaching my goals. Every time. I am a certified personal trainer, but I also have a therapist, right? And so I began to see a little light when I hired my therapist, because I didn't see it, right? So I put the two together and I began to unpack the luggage. Ooh. Yes, I began to unpack the luggage. Yes.
You had a lot, didn't you?
Oh!
We're going to have to do another live, y'all.
Oh!
I need y'all, this woman right here and in front of you, when I tell you the amount of work that she has done in the last decade.
Yes. Absolutely.
Literally, we're going to have to do another live. So make sure you guys continue to follow me, because I need you to hear this woman's story. Yes. When I say homeless. Yes. When I say drugs.
Yes.
When I say teenage mother.
Molestation.
When I say the list keeps coming on and on and on. When she talk about bags, y'all, she had enough luggage for you, me, and some other folks in your family. She was carrying all of that stuff for years. Mm-hmm. For years. And when people think that because your trauma is so deep rooted, there is no way out of it. This woman right here, Not only did she find her way out of it, but she decided to go back and say, I'm gonna pull some more people out with me.
Yes.
She said, I understand where you at because I used to be you.
Yes.
And so I'm about to go back and get you to bring you where I am today. Today, she owns her own gym. She has amazing products. And when I tell you, a woman who pours into people time and time again, see, some of the difficult parts that I think we have in life is that we don't want to take the hand from somebody because we think we can do it on our own.
Yes.
Men, if there are any men watching this live, no offense, this part ain't for you. Women, boo-boo kitties, us, we are the worst at thinking we can do it all by ourselves.
Yes. We have to take off the
I'm gonna need you to remove that S off your chest because even Superwoman needs a day off. This concept that you don't need nobody, and I know there's some people in your life that have wronged you, they have left you, they have abandoned you, they have abused you. I know that is the case, and that is true for many of you. But there are also some people like Shonda and myself who are willing to show up and show out and be there for you to pull you out because we understand I didn't get here by myself, you guys.
Couldn't have.
I didn't. Like, I got a whole family of folks that helped me get here, and mentors and coaches and people who poured into me. I am so in awe when people see me and they be like, I just want to be like you. And I'm like, okay, so where you want to start?
Come on.
I couldn't pay my bills. I didn't sleep at night. Yeah. I literally worked almost 20 hours. Sometimes I literally worked 24 hours, literally did not sleep, went from one job to the next job. Like, if you really want to be like me, then you need to be able to go through the things that I went through. Like, there were nights where I stayed up and didn't go to sleep because I was crying myself to sleep. Like, if you really want to be like me, then you got to understand where I came from, but know that I didn't get out of that by myself.
Absolutely.
I had to connect to some people that were able to see beyond where I was, because in the moment I was in my stuff.
Yeah.
Like Shonda was in her stuff.
Absolutely. And the two things that I had to say often is I don't know and help. You know,
oh my God, say that again.
The two things, and I still have to say it. I still have to say it. This woman has helped me so much. There are two things I say often is I don't know and help. And I have to remove the pride in order to get the help, because nobody's going to help me if I don't ask for help.
Say that last part. You had to remove the what?
I had to move.
Baby, you're going to have me sound like it's Sunday afternoon morning.
I had to remove the pride, because there are women that I watch every day that I'm not where they are, but I want to get there. So in order for me to get there, I had to ask them, how did they get there? So it's never about competition. Those are my sisters, and they were so willing to help me get to a place where I'm at today. I have to give it back. I have to help the next woman that's coming along thinking that I can't do this. I can't work out. Oh, I can't go to therapy. I'm not telling nobody else this. Nobody knows about this but me and God. No. Somebody, he gives us resources. Somebody had to help me get to where I am today. I don't have that much power to get here by myself. I don't have that much power to get here by myself. And I had to take off the mask. And I had to remove my pride and ask for people to help me.
Yesterday, you guys, I was at church, because yesterday I said, I need to go sit in somebody's church.
Come on.
And what came to mind while I was sitting at church is, this is an older movie. Some of you guys have probably seen it. Woman, Thou Art Loose. T.D. Jakes' old movie. And doesn't matter how many times I see this movie, I am always moved to tears by this movie. Because there's a part in the movie where this young woman literally goes to the altar and lays it all on the altar, you guys. She had been carrying a dress that she was molested in as a child. And she takes it to the altar and she says, I'm pretty much leaving this on the altar. That concept resonates so much when I think about how do we become better versions of ourselves. We got to lay some stuff at the altar.
We have to.
We got to put some stuff down. Like the fact that we try to carry all this stuff, because in our heads,
it gets too heavy.
Can do it.
It gets too heavy.
I'm Superwoman. I can carry this. And the reality is we can't. I mean, we keep doing it because we have to, but we don't want to have to do that. And so we figure out, how do I get some help? How do I connect to people, real, genuine people? And unfortunately, the world that we live in would allow us to believe that everybody just stinks. And everybody is shameless, and everybody is out for self, and don't nobody care about nobody, and that everybody wants to see you fail so they can win and they can shine. reality will have us thinking that that is how the majority of people are, but that isn't the case. There are so many people out here who are generally good people, who want nothing but the best for you, to sow into good seed, which is you. But we just have to find them, right? Like they in the weeds. You got to duck and bob and weave, and you got to find them. But they are there for somebody. I think you have encountered a lot of people who have just done you wrong. Like there's no other way to say it, but they've done you wrong. And so your faith in people is shattered. And it's on very little ground to say, I believe I'm going to encounter somebody, right? It's the woman who is still single and says, all men are bad. All men are dogs, which we know that isn't a reality. Yeah. It's the man who says that all women are aggressive and all women are loud. That's not the truth. But are there some? Absolutely. Do we bump into them? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But we also bump into the people that mean us good and not harm. And so I definitely want to make sure that as we're talking today, that somebody pays attention to that, that there are still good people out there that are honest, that want nothing but the best for you. Yeah. Now, watch out for the snakes, because they're there.
They're there.
But also know that people generally want to see you win.
Absolutely.
And the ones who don't, keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
As Cat Williams says, everybody needs some haters. Your haters will help you move to the next level. Absolutely. If you ain't got no haters, there's a problem. Go figure out what you can do to go get some haters. Absolutely. Because them haters are going to be the very things, them trolls are going to be the very things that take you from point A to point B. They're going to give you the energy, the fuel, and the confidence that you need to walk into whatever that purpose is that you know is for you. Regardless of what they say, you can't do that. You ain't pretty enough. You're not going to hit that weight loss goal. You too fat. You too whatever. Keep it coming, naysayers. Yeah. Like, I embrace you. I need you. Come through. Yeah. Because if I ain't got no naysayers and no haters, and I clearly know I'm doing something wrong.
Absolutely. And a lot of times that's when someone tells you you cannot do something, or they say things about you, that's something they see within themselves. They can't see themselves working out. They can't see themselves going to therapy. They can't see themselves owning a business. It's just the lack of what they see in themselves. So keep it pushing. Don't let that discourage you from reaching where you're trying to go.
Thank you for saying that.
Yes.
So, sometimes depending on when you catch me, where you catch me, you might get TT. Sometimes you might get TT. You might get TT. But right now, I'm gonna give you Dr. Tanisha Guy.
That's it.
And Shonda just said something that I want to piggyback when she talked about when people are saying things about you. Mm-hmm. There's actually a clinical term for what that is. When someone tells you things about you that they perceive to be negative, oftentimes they are only projecting.
Come on.
Projection is when I feel these insecurities about myself, but I'm not going to say that. But I'm going to project them onto you. So everything that you hear coming out of their mouth is the very thing that is true about them. They are projecting onto you. So the next time someone gives you all that trash that you know is not true, just tell them, stop projecting on me. I ain't got time for you.
That's it.
Because that's all that they're doing.
That's it.
And continue to embrace them, because like I said, you always need some good haters.
You have to have it. If you don't have any, you need to up your ante. And you need to get some. And
hey, Lenora.
I pray for those people too without ceasing, because I was once them, and so I had to do some work. And I'm not going to tell you it's easy coming in here every day. I'm not going to tell you it's easy sitting in front of a therapist every day, but it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding. That's the best thing that has ever happened to me, was taking care of myself. Anyway, in the gym, to love me, and that's what's important.
Absolutely. When we talk about how with mindset, how do you improve your mindset, and what does that look like? The first thing is to really begin to address what your challenges are, right? And so if we're talking about, because we're in the gym and specifically working out, what are some of those challenges that you have? What is the story that you're telling yourself about why you can't? Is it, I don't have enough time? Is it, I can't get to a gym? Is it I don't know what to do? Is it I can't afford it?
Or nothing's going to happen?
What are the challenges? Or I did it before and I didn't get the results.
Right.
What are the challenges that you are telling yourself that's preventing you from getting the results that you want? Because it is a challenge, but the challenge is something that in most cases we've created a narrative in our mind. And so if we create that narrative, whether it is true or false, it becomes true. So we follow that pattern. So, oh, I can't do this because I've already told myself I don't have enough time. Even though we all have the same 24 hours in a day, 1,440 minutes in a day, we all have those.
But we only do what's important. If I don't think it's important, I'm not going to do it. Mindset is everything. And then you have to find out why. Like Tanisha said, you have to have a why. You know, it's always, I'm always overthinking, telling myself cruel things, horrible things to myself. And so when I learned to say good things to myself, then I began to experience good things. Absolutely. Whatever I tell myself, that's what it's going to be. You know, if I wake up and I'm like, I'm not working out, I don't feel like working out. Well, guess what? I'm not working out today. You know, it's what I tell myself is what gets me the results.
Absolutely. And what I'm telling myself, then I have to then determine, is it true or false? Is a rational belief or an irrational belief? I often ask my clients this question when they say something that sounds very much irrational to me. I ask them, is that a rational statement or an irrational? And look here, they'll give me 2 or 3 reasons how they can dispute that it is rational. But when I ask them to prove that that is a rational statement, they can't. And so sometimes we have to do a check and balance with our own thought process, which means I need to pull out a pen, paper, and I need to write down, what am I thinking? I need to be able to see my thoughts, because in my head, my thoughts are just running around. I can't see them even though they're in my head. But once you put something to paper, it becomes real. And you're able to challenge that. Is this a rational thought? And not a rational thought because I say it's a rational thought, but can I prove it? Is this absolutely true? So the person that says, I don't have enough time, prove that. Prove that you don't have enough time. So did you spend 2 hours on the couch watching TV?
Yeah.
That was 2 hours you spent on the couch watching TV. 30 minutes of that could have been walking on the treadmill or just walking in general. So that's not a rational statement that I don't have enough time, right? So in our own head, sometimes we talk ourselves out of doing the things that we need to do.
That's it.
Even if it means it'll help us get healthier.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to talk myself out of it, and I'm going to keep telling myself no.
And we can get so uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, that becomes our narrative. Right? Like the idea that you could see yourself as a different version of you is sometimes difficult and challenging.
That's self-image.
In order to create a new image, you first got to see yourself in that way.
Absolutely. Whatever
that is, right? Whatever that look is for you, whatever that size is for you. Like Shonda knows that I am obsessed with the scale. And in my head, the scale will have me like not eating, like real talk, not eating. And so I know that the scale doesn't truly give a representation of my health per se always, or the look, but I'm like, the number on the scale, it ain't going down quick enough.
Yeah.
And so I have to change and shift how I perceive the scale and what that means to me. Because if not, I continue to chase myself like a hamster on a wheel.
Absolutely. And I tell her all the time, the scale isn't her friend. A scale, how I recognize that my body's changing is in my clothes, how my clothes feel, the inches that I've lost in my waist or my body. It's not about the scale, because for one, those are not our stats. So I'm just going to go there for a second, because you have to know your body's, you have to be able to identify what your body is. You have to realize your genetics. You have to realize what you put in your body is going to come out. It's definitely going to come out. No matter that. I heard someone say not long ago, I can tell what you eat by how you look, it has everything to do with how you sleep, your clarity, your mood swings. It has everything. And let me say this, it's not it's not really even about the gym. The gym is the easy part. The part that counts is in the kitchen. That's how you get the abs. That's how you get the glute to enhance. That's how you get to feeling better about yourself. That's how you sleep better. That's how your thinking process. It all has to do with what you eat. How much water are you drinking? The body's supposed to float. Your organs are supposed to float. So if I'm not getting those things in, I'm going to get the outcome of whatever I put on the inside.
What about the person who says, I like for my food to taste good?
I tell my clients all the time, we're not eating for taste. Taste is what got me here, right? And so it's a lot of times you're addicted to the salt and the sugar, and it's not even really about the food. It's about the ingredients, the process of the food. So if I'm eating just for taste, the more I eat for taste, the worse my choices are going to be.
True.
Yeah, it's no.
But in my head.
She said it in my head.
That double cheeseburger with them supersized fries is so much tastier than, salmon and broccoli.
Because we've been eating that the longest. And so when I start eating healthy, if I continue to eat healthy, the things that I used to like to eat, love to eat, the survival food and ancestor food and all those different foods, I don't like them anymore. I mean, I can taste the process. I can taste the salt. I can taste the sugar. And so, but in order for me to get to that point, I have to start, and we're not telling you to just stop eating those foods and start eating salads and start eating baked chicken and all that. We're saying to wean yourself off, like make some of your choices different than what you've always eaten.
And write everything down.
Write everything down, because I forget 10% of what I've had. I forget 10% during the course of the day. When I asked T, I said, T, what we eat yesterday? She goes, now she's eating all day. And she goes, oh, I had my meal prep. So there were some things along the way before the meal prep, but my mind can only remember 10% of what I've eaten. And it's really not going to remember the bad.
Yeah, I think I consciously leave out the bad.
Oh, yeah,
in my head,
yeah, you do.
Maybe I left that
I have to pull. Come on, T. Okay, what we eat for dinner. So now she's began to do it often. So she's becoming disciplined with how she eats. So I don't have to ask her, are your meal preps ready? What? And she's on point with it. But it didn't start out like that. Everybody was once a beginner. So, and I stopped comparing what Tanisha eats to what I eat. And so once I stopped comparing body images and I stopped comparing food choices, then I began to feel even better and do even more when it came to my health and wellness, right? So just give yourself a break when it comes to your food choices. Just know if I fall off track, what I do, I get back on track. I don't fall off track and then stay off track. That's when the problem comes in. And her choices are different from what she's eating, and I can tell in her body. I can tell in her energy. I can tell in her energy. I can tell.
I'm a weekday eater. Any weekday eaters, you know what that means? Monday through Friday, I am so good. I meal prep, salmon, grilled shrimp, scallops, broccoli, mixed vegetables. Monday through Friday, I'm on point. I'm a weekdayer. But in my head, something happens on the weekend. I know.
What?
I reward myself with food.
Reward.
So when I say good job for a week, then my reward is to eat food. And then I go eat whatever I want to on the weekends, which really, defeats the purpose of me eating clean and healthy during the weekday. So for me, that's my challenge. Like I can be very honest and say what my challenge is, that I have to do better, because Monday through Friday, she on point.
Yeah, and
Saturday and Sunday, I'm cutting up though.
But see, and so we don't, because our body will revert right back. But what we don't do, we don't with food. What I reward myself with, get 3 push-ups, and then the next time I work out, I'm 5. That's a reward. I've been wanting to wear for months. I finally slipped into it. There's no such thing as a cheat day. There is such thing as a cheat meal.
Well, I have cheat weekends. Meals. Let's just be honest. I have cheat weekends, and I'm working on getting better with cheat weekends to turn them into a cheat meal.
It's a process. And so as long as we trust the process, it will keep changing. It will keep changing. If the more good I do, hey, the more disciplined I become. The more bad I the more out of control I become with my food relationship.
True.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys, thank you so much for joining us on this live.
Hi,
We gotta go
Liz.
because I gotta do some workout, like some real workout. And after that, you know, I gotta go do that thing called life and work. So I will be back live. Sean will be back with some lives. Thank you so much. If you are not already doing so, make sure you are following me at Dr. Tanisha Guy on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Shonda, how can they?
You can reach me on Facebook, Shonda Amie, or Restored 2 Fitness, TikTok, CEO Boss. I'm gonna change that one day. Or Restored to Fitness training on Instagram. So guys, you guys are amazing. We're gonna come when we come back, we're gonna do a more intense workout. Remember to not to forget your water. Don't forget to stretch the body and try to eat clean to the best of your ability. And it doesn't take a lot to eat clean. It's just eating more leafy foods, grilled chicken, salads, get those snacks in there, nuts and things of that nature. And hey, yogurt, cottage cheese, just continuously keep the body engaged with something every 2 to 3 hours.
Bye bye.
Hi there, Liz. How are you? So we just did a quick workout, Liz. And so one day we're going to have you back.
Lenora, I swear to God, Lenora's at Disneyland every weekend getting her steps in.
Lenora, that's how it's done. That's how it's done. Guys, you take care. I love you guys. I see you soon. Bye-bye.